I'm here to talk about basically healthcare and wellness. So primarily how to deliver it across cities, because as you know, delivering healthcare is a pain. Okay, delivering tests is a pain. Waiting is a pain. Traveling to places where you get healthcare is a pain. Going to hospitals, if you go for a healthcare test or if you go to a hospital, it is generally considered to be bad. Either you're in bad shape. So before that, the reason that we are trying to redefine healthcare, how are we trying to do it? How are we doing the guardrails for it? And how are we having a platform for it? So this is our story. So moving from snapshots to health data. So most of the time when you go to hospitals, you get a blood test, you get a hormone test, and then after that, after 2 weeks, that test is useless. The question is, where is your health data? Or what is your health data is the question. So a lot of people think that your wearables and your phone have your health data. It just has your habitual data. So if you want to really understand, the old way of health data was blood-based, or it was hormone-based, it was blood biomarker-based, and it was rendered useless in a couple of weeks. But the future of healthcare is what we call as, genomics, microbiome, and gut data together is what we are hoping to have. So I think for everybody, you have to get started with a genomic test that gives you a blueprint, health blueprint for a framework, and then you overlay gut microbiome data, which is the functional data for it, and then the wearable data will make sense. This is what everybody is following. That is what we do. And what do we do in this? So when we started, most of the time, getting a healthcare test, you had to go to a hospital. You couldn't order a test on Flipkart. You couldn't order a test on Amazon. So we actually stabilized DNA, RNA, and tissues at room temperature so that you can order this test online, collect the samples at your home, and send it to any provider you choose. So that is what we call as consumer genomics, and our technology enables a lot of providers, including I think Biopeak, who spoke earlier before this. I think all of them are moving to a sense of collecting data from people and then using it to layer it and then deriving value out of that. So what we have done here is, eventually when I say that blood data, we tried moving this to a consumer market, and every time when we say you have to take a DNA test or a gut microbiome test, it gets over the heads of people saying that, why do I need to even take this test? So we did a small experiment and launched a skin test. Okay, when you say you want to take a health test, nobody wants to take it. When you want to take a beauty test, everybody wanted to take it. And the difference is we tried hard to sell cancer tests at 1,450 rupees, and we tried, people used to bargain, can you bring it down by 100 rupees or something like that. The skin test launches at 10,000 rupees and nobody complains. I don't even have people asking me for a bargain because they believe it's bad to sell. So from a hardcore diagnostic company, we've almost become a cosmetic company because most of our customers are pushing us in this direction. And I think it makes sense. Why should I try hard and sell diagnostics when I think cosmetics sells by itself? So what we've launched is a simple layer one is a skin test that you can take on your phone. And then we come up with the skin microbiome data, because skin is an organ. People are not aware of that, and people are starting to paint your faces. Okay, eventually you're choking your skin out of its breathing space. What we are trying to do is we are trying to bring science into the skin data, science into skin, so that you understand skin is an organ. You treat it with the right microbiome, read it with the right probiotics and prebiotics, so that your skin is healthy, and that way you're able to do this. So eventually this is what we believe is the future of health stack, where we are looking at the quality of life, primarily longevity, as the story, and we have to redefine the health data as we know it. Today's health data that you have your phone hardly has any health data. Probably you have snapshot of your prescription, you have snapshots of your sleeping habits, your walking habits, how many steps you have. That is not the way to go. I think the technology has enabled so that you don't have to, in the future of healthcare, or in the future of cities, you don't have to go anywhere to get the test. You just have to send samples and the test comes to you. So this, what you're seeing here on the screen is a DNA sequencer. It is almost compact, smaller than your phone. And then your health data, that is Apple Health and Android Health data, needs an update with DNA sequencing data to hold this information so that you are able to get an integrated view. So we are working with, we've been selected in the Google incubator in order to work on the health data. Hopefully in around 1 to 2 years, the data that you're going to see on the phone is no longer going to be just a blood test or something like that. It's going to be DNA-based data. So get ready for that update. So, and this is what we do. So we kind of help you create a digital twin of yourself, and the future is going to be like this. So medicine will not be delivered to you directly. People are going to create, I think, I would like to say that somewhere in the direction of what Biopeak is working on, what we call as a biological and digital twin. The future of medicine is going to be delivered into your biological twin. If it works for your biological twin, then the medicine is going to be delivered to you. Already a progress of this is in place. It's called biobanks. I'm sure you would have heard of it. Apollo has the new cancer biobank, but ISC is developing the India's microbiome bank to understand how the Indian food habits are there. So eventually you are going to have an integration of all these biobanks together. So in future we'll all have a digital twins of ourselves to do that. And we enable for all the sample collection kit, because this technology is not with India. And we are the only ones manufacturing it right here in Bengaluru in a very sustainable way, without no smoke or effluents. Very difficult for a chemical company. So I would like to encourage you, all of you, to upgrade your tests to genomics, so that, if you look around, all the hospitals have upgraded. So I hope you also press the upgrade button on this.